Monday morning here, and of the things that we have on the job jar list are to bend a half of a set of A model sides. My bender here only does one half of it, as you can see, and then we'll have to do a bend a half for that. So we'll do that. We will take the clamps off of this one where we've had the blocks glued together. And then, let's see, we will take this mandolin that you saw in last week's video where we glued the top on. We'll take that out, trim it up, and put it in a box. And then we will take this set of sides right here, put this top on them, and then we'll head over to the middle of the room to finish rough carving those backs that we were working on last week as well. So let's get started. And now we'll go to the other side of the room and start working on those backs. We're going to work on this pile of backs. These backs here have been rough thickness down to 7/32 all the way across, and now we're going to make a horseshoe shaped area here, the depth of 9/64 by drilling holes in it so that it will look like this. And then we're going to carve out to the bottom of those holes and then smooth everything in, and by the time we're all said and done, we'll have a nice thicker piece of wood in the middle that tapers as we come out to the edges. And we're going to do that with this machine right here, a drill press with a stop and a jig on it that will allow us to drill these tops down to a certain depth. And I assume that it's going to take me to finish this pile of tops pretty much the rest of the day. That'll be my Monday. So there we have it. It is now just a few minutes before 5 o'clock. I teach mandolin lessons here at the shop on Monday evenings, and my students will be here in just a second. So pretty much took the rest of my day, and we'll look for you tomorrow. It is Tuesday morning, and today's jobs jar list is going to be virtually a carbon copy of yesterday's list. We're going to bend one half of a set of sides for A model. We're going to take this mandolin out of the gluing jig that we glued up yesterday and replace it with another one. And then we're going to go across the room and continue working on this pile of backs, which are rough carved out, and we are working on graduating them all in preparation for being able to glue them on when the time comes for that. And then later on today, I have some people coming over for a jam session, so I already know I have a full Tuesday planned. Wednesday here, and I've already run through the jobs in that corner, bending of the sides and the gluing a new top on a new set of sides, and I'm getting ready to still working on the graduations of this pile of backs right here. But I thought I'd take a few minutes to go ahead and do the most exciting thing we'll probably do all week, which is choose the mandolins out of all of these parts that we have assembled that's going to be in this batch. And so that's what we're going to do. And as I'm kind of setting everything up, I realize that this is going to be a pretty long process and a pretty long video. So what I'm going to do is just put a link at the end of this video for the video where I actually do all this work. Just click on through at the end of the weekly video, and we'll have all of this right here where we actually choose each piece and part to go for each mandolin. Okay? Thursday morning, and I can already tell you that today's going to be a short work day. My mother, who turned 80 this year, lives about 20 miles from here, and today I have to go and help her run some errands in town. So I'll be able to work till about lunchtime, and then I'll have to spend the rest of the day with her. So I'm not going to get a whole lot done today, but I hope to at least finish with these back graduations, because that seems to be the never-ending job right now. And I think I'm going to apply myself this morning and see if I can finish with those things so that I can move on. So here we go. Friday, and I think today is going to be a day where we're going to clean up some loose ends. Yesterday I did get enough time to finish the graduations on the backs, so I have a nice pile of backs back here that are ready to fit to each of the mandolins when we get that far along. I have a couple an hour's worth of work to do back here in this corner, cleaning and straightening up where we bent the sides and some bits and bobs and things. And then I have these 2 boxes full of mandolin shells, which include our batch that we're working on, plus some extras and things like I did do 1 A-style oval hole, 1 F-style oval hole, and just a few extra things just in case we need them. What we have is the shells that we're wanting to get ready to do the binding on, and before they're ready to bind, we have to run them through 2 or 3 of our jigs and things to get certain jobs done, including the neck joint. We have to get the sound holes in them. The neck joint will be done on this machine right here, and the sound holes will be put in with this machine here, which is basically an overhead pin router. The mandolin fits into this jig and it will rough out the F holes. At that point, the A models are pretty much done. They're ready to be bound, but the F models still have this part right here to be done. The scroll has to be sawn out and then carved out before they're ready to go through the binding process, which is going to be a huge bottleneck. As you can imagine, the A styles have 1 piece of binding, but the Fs have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pieces of binding on them. I actually have 4 different jigs that I can bind on. So I'll do mandolin A, mandolin B, mandolin C, mandolin D, and then it's time to go back to mandolin A and start all over again. So I expect the binding process on these 2 boxes of mandolins to take at least 2 or 3 weeks to do. And having said that, I'm not sure that the daily entry format that we used in this particular video is going to work for the next week or 2, because tomorrow is going to be the same as today, which is the same as yesterday, so over and over and over again. Having said that, then I will say, if you've got any suggestions, anything that you'd like to see in greater detail, I'll be happy to clarify or show in greater detail, clear up some murky water, so to speak. Anything you want to see, let me know. If you'll subscribe, then you'll be notified of each weekly video as they're being posted. And having said that, I'm going to leave enough room here at the end of this video to put up one of those little screens that you can click through so that you can get the entire video of the parts choosing video that we worked on Wednesday. Thank you so very much for watching, and we'll look for you in future videos.